Hey guys, welcome to A&J Trades. I'm Jason.
And I'm Ari. So today we're going to be reacting to Meet Kevin's video that he released today about AMC. And so I've actually seen the video. Jason hasn't seen the video yet. And so we're going to catch his live reactions, and I'm going to give you my gut, like my knee-jerk reaction to the video. And let's go from there. So let's get into the video.
Folks, it's not just about shares. You're not going to believe what AMC literally just released a statement on. Let's get into this. Just remember that when I reveal this to you, you're going to want to sign up for life insurance by going to metkevin.com/life or price shop it with Lemonade by going to metkevin.com/lemonade. Check it out. I'll link it below as well. Hey everyone, meet
That marketing
Why
of
is
life insurance
AMC
is super
falling
cringe.
today? In this video, I'm going to provide answers as to why AMC stock is falling. Take a peek at this. If we look at the chart, we'll see that currently at the time of this recording, AMC is recovering. It's moving mostly within the lines that we've drawn on our technical analysis here. It is presently down about 27.6%. This is about the opposite of what Workhorse is doing. Workhorse is up about 22%. Though Workhorse has also had about a 20% movement in the day, given that it was up about 40%. Workhorse is about 47% short via short interest readings from S3 Partners. AMC sitting at about 18.09% short, according to S3 Partners data. Now keep that in mind. Those are estimates from them. Does not necessarily mean it's 100% accurate. And there are questions in terms of how synthetic shares are counted anyway. But keep that in mind. That's sort of what I've been using as a measure of short interest. And I notice that Workhorse is insanely high. But aside from that, let's go ahead and understand why is it that AMC is falling? Why is AMC down at the moment now 28%? What's happening? What has changed? Well, folks, it has to do with shares being sold. Take a peek here. Back in April, on April 27th, there was an indication that AMC might, very important that we notice this here, and says, in fact, actually their verbiage here is, we may, through our sales agents, offer and sell from time to time up to 43 million shares. And this is a prospectus agreement between Goldman Sachs, Riley Securities, and Citigroup Global Markets. Now, this becomes important. Why, or what does this actually mean here in April? Well, what this means in April is, hey world, just a heads up, we're in talks to sell shares of AMC, and at some point in the future, we might decide to actually pull the trigger and sell those shares. Well, folks, let's take a look at what happened today. Today, we had an 8K released by...
that's old news because the 43 million already diluted.
Released today, June 3rd, by AMC. And in this 8K, see, here's AMC. In this 8K, we will find that AMC has stated on June 3rd, 2021, that's today, that's really important because there are a lot of folks going, wait a minute, that sale happened in April, that's FUD. No, it's not. This is today. Today, AMC is saying, we have entered into an equity distribution agreement with, again, Riley Securities and Citigroup Global Markets as sales agents to sell up to 11.55 million shares of Class A stock. And this would be an at-the-market offering. Now, obviously, at-the-market has fluctuated a little bit between, well, now $46 and about $63, which was the prior closing price. But in other words, AMC has the right to sell 11.55 million shares. Now, this does two things. One, it could put downward pressure on the actual markets if in the event, let's say, AMC sold these shares directly to Riley Securities, and then Riley Securities turned around and sold them onto the market. It's entirely possible that they could do that. There is a note in their prospectus that these shares are going to take 2 business days to settle, but we don't really care about them settling. You could sell before something settles. It's kind of like when we trade. Let's say if you buy 100 shares of AMC today, that's not going to settle for 2 days, but you could turn around and sell it or transact again if you wanted to. So that's more of like an underlying mechanics thing. But anyway, we have 11.55 million shares being sold, or up to. And if we multiply that out, 11.55 million shares at, let's say, the previous close of about $63, that's about $727 million of money that's being raised. Even if they got the current price at 46, It's about $531 million of capital
still 500
that
million,
AMC is able to raise and use. Now, keep in mind, as of March 31st, they had about $11 billion in debt. That number has changed because we've started to pay down some debt, but as of March 31st, the debt reading was about $11 billion in debt at the
I
company.
think I've heard more than like
What we can
6
do
or 7.
also is we could go to the June 3rd
I don't know what they were at that
and get
exact
some other
date, but
insights,
really I
because
think they
it's
were
not
at
just the
7.
share sale,
And he
but
says
it's
now,
also
and Adam
some
Aaron
of
just
the
said they were now at
verbiage
6.
that's in
But really
this
they're at like
document,
4
and I think
because
that's
they
very
have $2
important
billion
to look at
cash.
as well. Take a peek here. So this is where we have the prospectus that says we have entered into an agreement to sell about 11,550 shares. But take a look at this, folks. All right? Under the circumstances,
price,
and this is where they talk about the volatility of their stock going from a low of $1.91 on January 5th to an intraday high of $72 on June 2nd. They talk about this volatility, right? After this volatility, take a peek at this. Under the circumstances, we caution against investing in our Class A common stock unless you are prepared to incur the risk of losing all or a substantial portion of your investment. Folks, AMC is literally selling shares and then telling you our stock is overvalued. That's rough. That's a really, really rough statement here. Not only that, but take a look at that.
Saying at all.
Investing in our
It's a legal
Class A
disclaimer.
common
Right.
stock
That's
is
exactly how I
highly
took it.
speculative and involves risk. Folks, they're talking
I would
down their own
guarantee that every
stock.
company that
Now,
releases
maybe
something like this
this is
about
probably
Class
just
A stock
Yeah.
has something like
CYA,
something
cover
to that
your,
effect.
I don't know.
Kind of like how we say
and-
this is
and
not
that can be
financial
common
advice.
because
Right.
the
Like,
It's a
last
legal
thing
just
you
because you
want is
invest in us
people,
doesn't mean you're
suing
making money.
AMC
Yeah, it's just a legal
and creating a
disclaimer.
bunch of legal headaches for AMC because
Right.
people are like, well, Adam Aaron, he implied he was an ape, and therefore you made me.
I would say you could
buy
say the same thing about
shares.
Bitcoin. You
You
could
know,
say
they're
the
being
same
very
thing
clear
about
here
Right?
that
Tesla stock.
as they say here, look at this. The
Kevin's
market
favorite.
price of our Class A
Can't go to the
shares has
casino and
experienced
go,
and may
"Well,
continue
do
to
over."
experience rapid and substantial increases or
You
decreases
didn't have that disclaimer. sorry.
unrelated to our operating performance or prospects or macro or industry fundamentals. And substantial increases may be significantly inconsistent with the risks and uncertainties that we continue to face.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like
Are
an
you-
attorney.
are you
just doing
actually
the
saying
CYA, but still, I
AMC
mean, look at
shareholders
this.
don't
They
know
even
that the
talk
price
about a
is
short
currently
squeeze here.
completely
There was
disconnected
some
from
increase in
fundamentals.
demand for
Right.
shares of Class
So
A
ridiculous.
common stock that largely exceeds supply or focused investor trading in anticipation of a potential squeeze have led to and may currently be leading to and could again lead to extreme price volatility in our shares. And we
Obviously,
will
right.
plan to use this money for corporate purposes, which may include the repayment of, refinancing of, redemption of, or repurchasing of existing debt, acquisition of theater assets, working
And
capital,
that part's good
capital
news for
expenditures.
me.
Yeah.
So you've got a
They're buying,
two-folded
ArcLight
attack on
theaters and
AMC
stuff like
here
that,
coming from
you
the
know.
company. Number
They're
one,
profitable
11.5 million shares, 11.55 million shares. That's a big dump. But, folks, the warnings here in bold.
Our volume was
on the
600 million today.
prospectus,
It's not a big dump.
we caution
That was
you
760
against
yesterday.
investing in our stock unless you're prepared to risk losing all or a substantial portion of your investment.
It's a legal
Notice
disclaimer.
they didn't say,
This is
or
FUD.
there's a
Right.
chance of you getting a ton
FUD,
of
FUD,
attendees.
FUD.
Again, I think this is
FUD
just
doesn't
a
mean you're
lawyer,
lying.
you know,
FUD means you're
CYA,
spreading
but
fear,
folks,
uncertainty, and
this is
doubt,
their
which you're
document.
clearly doing right
Right.
now.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing a 27% sell-off on AMC.
And your
today.
tone also
That's
insinuates FUD, FUD,
kind of
FUD.
rough.
Yep.
You know, it's a little bit of a slap in the face to the ape army, I have to say. Now,
People like check his tone,
I've
and then
mentioned
he's been saying that he's
that
like an
my
ape
strategy
lately.
on this
Yeah.
has actually
No,
been
no
selling
ape.
puts,
Yeah.
He's an ape. This is
which is a
paper-handed
bullish
as it
move.
gets.
Yep.
But I haven't been buying
Selling
calls,
puts.
especially when we have a big run-up like we did yesterday. So
We'll get into
I'm
this.
I'm going to get assigned my puts tomorrow, presumably, unless the market runs. And so if I get assigned, I'll be in at about $49. Right now we're at about $45. So that puts me within about 10%. Not too shabby. If we stabilize around here, we'll see what happens. And but yeah, that kind of gives you a little bit of an update as to what's happening with AMC. It is very risky. There are a lot of they honestly they could continue to raise shares. You know, if this goes up again tomorrow, 20-30%, they might do the same thing
They
they did
can.
on Monday.
Nope.
We just watched
keep
the Adam
this in
Aaron
mind. They
interview.
are being
Yep.
smart
Can't
in
do
terms
it.
The
of
43 million
business
dilution
aspect,
is
which
over.
paying
There's
down
no
debt
shares
and
left to
raising money
dilute.
so they can
So
operate.
that absolutely
This
is
is good
untrue.
for the company in the
FUD.
long run, though, because ultimately we don't want them to be massively indebted. We want them to have cash. We want them to have money. And we want them to be able to go make smart investments for the long term. There's an update for you. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing. Make sure to share the video if you like the information that you found within this
All
video.
right.
Folks, we'll see.
So, what's your reaction to that?
I mean, that's just complete nonsense what he just said. Like, not nonsense, it's just you're making a big deal. He's just fudding all over the place. Like, making a big deal of something that's basically a legal disclaimer. We just watched Adam Aaron just say there is no shares left, and he's like acting like they're just going to relate. Tomorrow AMC's going to decide to release more shares.
Right. So my argument against that would be that the Adam Aaron interview wasn't available yet at the time he was releasing this video, because he did release this before the Adam Aaron video. So I'll give him that for the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, why say something like that if you're a supposed ape?
Right.
If you don't, if there's some question mark there, why would you say something that could create doubt in the community?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, whether he accepted the position or not, people look to him for advice on, financial advice, even though not financial advice, bro, don't sue me.
Right.
But, obviously people look to him for, as a guide and for information. And so when he says something that creates doubt, I mean, people will take that to the end conclusion.
Yeah.
Plus just the whole tone of this video, right? I mean, he was like, you need to buy life insurance when you hear this. Yeah. You're like, oh, so AMC's dying?
Right. Instantly, my first thought was, I'm dead? Good. Yeah. There goes all my money.
All right, so quick disclaimer. One, nothing we say in this video is financial advice. We're just a couple of smooth brain apes. Two, disclaimer for me, I've actually been a fan of Meet Kevin. I'm actually a course member of Meet Kevin. And, I have followed his videos and been a fan for a while. And generally, I like what he has to say. His stance on AMC has been a massive turnoff to me. It just feels very insincere. So since I've been in AMC since January, and diamond hands, baby. Yeah, trust me, I've been to $5. So 30 ain't no thing. 40 ain't no thing. But anyways, Kevin has been very, I want to say lukewarm, but kind of like cold on AMC. At $20, he was like, this is as high as it's going to get. I hope you all sold now. So it seems incredibly insincere that like in the last week and a half, he's become an ape. Like, you're not really an ape, dude. You got in at $20. Like, the thing was already up a ton, which is fine. I don't care if you get in, you make your tendies. Like, I'm happy. I hope all of you get in and make your tendies. But let's not pretend like you're the king of the apes. And then as soon as any negative news comes out,
I told you.
Right, he's the first one here spreading FUD.
Yeah.
When AMC went down after our peak in January, he was saying, "Oh, that's the end." So like, dude, you're paper hand weenie baby. Like, to use your own line against you, right? You say Newsom's a weenie baby, but you're a paper handed weenie baby. As soon as you saw some red candles today, you're like, "Is this the end?" Yeah. Buy some life insurance, and you could say that you're bullish, and you sold puts, which I guess is bullish, but. So I should backtrack and explain. Basically, he did a round of raising funds for his governor campaign. Right?
Yeah,
and he did like a 32-hour live stream, and as part of the live stream, if you donated certain amounts of money, he would buy certain amounts of AMC stock. I believe it was $115 to $400 worth of AMC stock, and $1,115 for $4,000 of AMC stock. So whatever, 10x multiple is the same, right? And when he said that, he said buy stock. So I feel it's incredibly misleading and kind of like a slimy politician move to then go ahead and play options and sell puts.
Right.
Like, dude, you said you were going to buy the stock.
Right.
Buy the stock.
Yeah.
Right? And plus, I don't even think you're doing this as like a fundamentals investment. No, you're doing it because it's part of your campaign expenditure.
It's a popular thing right now.
So like, no, but it's part of his campaign expenditure. He was doing it to raise money in campaign funds.
Right.
So like, what do you care? Slap the ass, bro.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're going to claim ape, slap the ass. We donated to your campaign.
Right.
So don't tell me you're a bull. Like, I'm not buying it. That was a slimy politician move, and I'm not about it. Even if, and now he's saying he's going to buy calls. I don't want you to buy calls. You said you would buy stock and hold it for a year. Buy stock and hold it for a year. So, all right, that's my take on it. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that into Meet Kevin as Ari is, but I mean, I agree. It's just when he told me that about the campaign and he was going to buy stock, and then I'm watching him yesterday say, "Oh, I'm going to sell some puts," and I'm like, really. That's
Yeah, I
not
mean-
buying stock.
I mean,
like,
yeah, it creates some small bullish price action.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but again, it's like
But-
slimy politician where
right.
I kind of did what I said I was
Right.
going to do.
It was,
It wasn't exactly.
It
but
was a
it kinda.
sleazy move.
Yeah.
Whatever. And $52,000 to him is nothing. He makes that on one YouTube video.
Right.
Like, be real.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, my final takeaway is, I generally like me Kevin. I think he's a good guy. This guy needs to stay away from AMC because he's bad news for the apes. He's not an ape.
Yeah.
As far as AMC goes, he's a paper-handed weenie baby to me. Sorry, bro. Don't come at me, or come at me, whatever you want. You know,
Apes strong when we together.
the man should stick to Tesla.
Yeah.
And whatever, Enphase and Etsy. And look, his advice is generally really good, and I tend to like it, but he has been bad news and really turning me off on AMC. Final
Yeah.
thoughts?
I mean, I agree. Like watching this video, if we weren't live streaming, that curse word might have came out my mouth. Like,
No, don't demonetize me, bro.
but
Anyways,
he's not been the biggest fan of AMC, and that's cool. You don't have to be, but like,
but be sincere.
exactly. Be
Yeah,
sincere.
it just comes off as really insincere.
exactly.
Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and press the thumbs up, give us a like, slap that like button, demolish that like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Yeah,
And,
guys, subscribe.
And if you want 2 free stocks, go ahead and
Yeah.
click the link below to sign up for Webull. They're giving away a Model 3 Tesla. We love Tesla. Kevin loves Tesla. That's something we can agree on. Help the channel out. Appreciate you guys, and see you in the next one.
To the next one.